on Saturday, it's going to be a bit breezy, but it's going to be at a high of 55 to 61. On Saturday night, we're going to have a low time high of 29 to 34. And then on Sunday, it's also going to be a bit breezy to 38 to 43. So it's going to be a bit cooler on St. Patrick's Day. So better wear green. On Sunday night, we're actually going to have a small margin of 20 to 30% of a small. It's going to snow a bit. But it's a small chance. So I highly doubt it. And our lowest is going to be 22 to 27. But we got reports that it might be a bit more windy than normal. So with a wind chill advisory, we have 10 to 15. On Monday, it's also going to be breezy, 35 to 38 on Monday. On Monday night, we also got another wind chill. The highest is going to be at 15 to 25. But if there isn't a wind chill, then it's probably 23 to 27 down there. And then on Tuesday, it's going to be breezy with the lowest point being 46 and the highest being 53. On Tuesday night, we have 26 to 31. I am Amir. I'm here with the weather, and I hope you have a great day.
Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8:59 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Friday, the 15th of March. We hope that you guys are doing well, that you're energetic, you're blessed, you're doing good this morning. You got your coffee or your tea, and you're ready to go. My guest today is Carolyn Rosso of the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora board member and board of directors. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. Absolutely. It feels good being a Friday.
It does.
Yeah,
it's been always a good thing.
Been a good week, a motivating week, and also a busy week as well, too. And I forgot to say that you are with Wintrust Mortgage as well.
Commercial lending.
Commercial
yes.
lending. Yep, excuse me. So we're going to be talking about the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora. We'll be learning a lot about it today, telling people what it's all about, what the mission is, what it stands for. There's also going to be a call to action for anybody who wants to volunteer as well. But tell us about the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora and your involvement.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. And thanks so much for having me. Really
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you and your viewers all about the amazing things happening at the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora. And so I've been involved for a few years now, initially through my role at Wintrust Commercial, and a board member now for a couple years. And the biggest thing is we're looking to grow in Aurora. And so kind of starting at where we're at today, we're already serving over 150 students in the Aurora school districts, primarily partnering and having programming at the schools, and that's just the beginning. So in just a couple of years, we've already had that many members join. And so kind of going back a little bit to the history of the Boys and Girls Club, it's been around since the late 1800s. Initially started to get kids off the street and give them a safe place, give them an alternative to maybe some other things that they may have been doing, and oftentimes providing some basic needs. And from there, it has grown immensely. I could go on and on, but so Boys and Girls Club of Aurora is also affiliated with the Boys and Girls Club of Elgin, which has many sites throughout the Fox Valley. And last year was able to open the 3,000 club in the United States. Wow. And so excellent record of success, and really making an impact for our young people. And now we're doing it in Aurora. So happy to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Since the 1800s.
Yes.
That I did not know.
Yes,
That's
long
a Jeopardy
history.
question, y'all. That's a Jeopardy question. So now, with that being said, what are the different programs and activities that the Boys and Girls Club offers?
Yep. So many activities. So our primary way that we interact with students is during the school year, providing after-school care. And a lot of our kids, without us, they would be going home to an empty house. They may not have someone supporting them to encourage them to do their homework. They might not have a healthy snack. And so that's really the main way that we first try and meet the kids that need us the most. So, some of the ideas that we really promote, and our mission is to enable young people, again, that need us the most, to reach their full potential. And so that looks a lot of different ways. So homework help is a big part of it. Just even that can drastically improve individuals' attendance at school. Another big program that's very important is we focus on third grade reading, and that's been shown to be an early indicator that if you're on track by third grade, you're more likely to graduate on time.
Wow. So
big focus there. We have all different activities too, because at the end of the day, kids are going to come, they're going to have fun too. So lots of art projects, lots of physical activity, fitness focus, and of course we have a great STEM program as well. So just a little, just touch of the iceberg, tip of the iceberg there.
A small slice of everything that the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora does. The time is 9:03 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora. Daniel Calderon, good morning to you. Ruby Sue, good morning. Jennifer Ryan Mayton is here. Good morning to you. And of course, I got to say a very, very good morning to Tracy Hodges, Restoration 1 of Fox Valley. Thank you guys for watching. Now, when we talk about young people and being involved, I didn't know that third grade was an indicator of being on track to graduate if your reading skills are proficient. What other things through the work of the Boys and Girls Club have we identified or have been able to be identified in regards to childhood development? Because that's a major stepping block. That's
a big one. And that's where a lot of our time, efforts, and energy is spent, is just giving individuals the support, the encouragement, all of the tools that they need to meet that. And another recent thing that we've been doing, well, not recent, but tracking, doing a little bit more tracking, and it all comes back to attendance. So individuals that are part of the Boys and Girls Club and regularly attend, transfer that to their school attendance. And that's another indicator. If you're not there, you're not going to have as much success. So so we see that by getting that additional support, it translates into so much other areas of success. And other programming that we do focuses a lot on leadership, social and emotional learning. So again, learning how, everyone's going to have challenges, but learning how to process them, learning how to address conflict with your peers, with adults. It's so many things, many things that really, again, do translate to a better outcome at the end of the day. So
yeah, I've been interested to see that things like conflict resolution and all those have become being started to be introduced at younger ages and things like that. That's making a really big impact on making the new generation of young people and leaders that we want to see out here in the community. All right, time is 9:06. So how did you first become involved in Boys and Girls? What was take me to the day before you got involved with the Boys and Girls Club of Elgin, because we have a very big interest on this show of people's why.
Right. So it's so one of the stories I usually tell. So I don't personally have any children. I'll tell people I have 9 children, nieces, nephews, godchildren, but none personally. And so when I was presented the opportunity, I was actually asked to look into it before knowing a little bit about it, going to some of their events. Every year they have a gala and they always feature the Youth of the Year, and getting to see those individuals speak in front of 500 people at the Q Center and tell their amazing stories, so emphatically, so professionally when they're 19, 20, inspiring, truly inspiring, seeing that and seeing directly the impact that the Boys and Girls Club had. And just the more I learned about it and then was approached to become involved, there was no way I could say anything, but absolutely yes.
That's good.
So
that's
great. It's been really great.
We're in on our show, we've also talked as well, we're in a great time, I feel, in America, but just in people's hearts, where you see people actually taking the time or spending time with these organizations that have been around for a long time, but now more people are getting involved and helping in key areas, and I think that's really important. So how can our listeners and ourselves, how can we help you? What are some areas where the community can step up and help the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora?
Right. So we have a few different ways that you can help. So of course, a donation is very welcome, and we actually have a monthly donor program. So we would love for you to start there. Going to our website, it's bcgelgin.org, and you can click donate monthly, and it's whatever you feel compelled to give. No amount is too little, but that just gives you that monthly connection, and it's easy to translate what would you be spending that on anyway. Maybe a cup of coffee, maybe an extra ice cream or whatever it may be, but just even that little amount helps so much. Beyond that, we have events. So attending our events is a great way to get involved and learn more about what we're doing. We do clubhouse tours, so we'd love to have you stop by and see our clubhouse. And we actually have an event called the Blue Star event, which is May 9th, and that's going to be at our South Elgin Clubhouse and featuring our potential Youth of the Year candidates. And so again, one of my favorite things, just hearing directly from the students what they're doing, their personal stories, and how they've overcome challenges. So a couple different ways. And then, of course, volunteerism. Love to have you consider volunteering. We have directly at our clubhouse, but also at different events. We have a program called Adopt a Club, where you can get tied in with a specific club. And some of the schools that we're in here in Aurora now, we're at Fern, Goodwin, Jewel, and Washington are a few. And always talking to others. We're actually looking at expanding into the Wabanzi campus, downtown Aurora, to provide additional support for students with children, so that they can have that safe place to send their students, where they're going to be getting quality programming and education, while they're at the same time focusing on their education. So many different ways to get involved. And again, it's bcgelgin.org.
Okay. All right. Time is 9:10 a.m. We will put the link to the Boys and Girls Club in the description of this video, so that you guys can go check it out at your leisure. And we do encourage you to support the Boys and Girls Club. Also, when it comes to the Aurora downtown Wabanzi Community College campus at 18 South River Street, Marlena Rios and Franklin Palawachi are dear friends of ours over there. Who knows? Maybe we can see the Boys and Girls Club of Elgin and Aurora in there. That'd be something.
Yep.
That'd be cool. That'd be a nice little walk around from the studio. Go check it out. That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
They do a whole lot of different things for the family, students, and parents who go there. So that'd be a really great addition.
Yeah, on a side note, I had the opportunity this week to go to the Wabanzi campus out in Sugar Grove and serve on a panel of community leaders who were looking at helping award scholarships to some of their students there. So so the students were amazing. Again, just very impressive. And what a day that was. And then on the side note, the professors and administrators every time just talking about how can we provide more support to our students, just all the different ways that they're constantly trying to engage with the community. So just love being a part of Aurora and all the great things that are happening here.
Good. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff happening. It's 2024. We've told you guys this is our year. Not ours. Everybody's. This is our, a rising tide lifts all boats. Don't forget that. I'm curious, though. I did want to ask, the time is 9:11. Fern, Goodwin, some of the elementary schools, and the Boys and Girls Club is now in those schools. What does that look like? Is that shared curriculum? What is that precisely?
Yeah, great question. So we have designated space in those schools, and we provide after-school programming. So directly after school, students can come and see us, and we're always trying to get more students. The elementary students, the enrollment there is going excellent, and we're really filling a gap. Again, the students, if they weren't coming to Boys and Girls Club often, they were going home to an empty house. And so we're providing, in addition to all the educational programming, even basic needs. So a healthy snack, whatever basic need they may need, they may need at the time. We're helping fill that gap, and so they can come directly after school. In addition, at the end of the school year, we do provide full day programming. So during the summer months, it really helps individuals that, again, probably would be at home by themselves. So and it's one of the great things about coming to Aurora is how the community has embraced us so much. And I have to give so much credit to some of the leadership there. So Michael Polakidis, an attorney here in Aurora, he's the president of our club, or of our board, I should say. And Darnell Gibson, also a leader in education here in the community, is the vice president. This, want to get him here to share his story directly, but this has been a vision of his for a long time. So great to see it happening. But additionally, when we connected with the city, the mayor was open arms. Yes, we got to get this here. And often will share his personal story about how he grew up and what a difference having the Boys and Girls Club would have made for him. So
it's so that's kind of going back to why I asked you the question about the why. It's we don't always have to be a member of or have it happen to you to support something good. As we talked before the mic and cameras came on and everything, I like supporting the Boys and Girls Club because I remember life when I didn't grow up around a Boys and Girls Club, and my mom worked 2 jobs, so I was home alone all the time. And I do believe that when you have things to do, your prospects widen, your vision widens. And when you can see different people doing different things that you haven't done, you're like, oh, wow, check that out. I could be a, fill in the blank, whatever the case may be. So it's a really positive boon in addition to Aurora. Especially too. All right, 9:15 is the time. So the blue was the event.
The Blue Star Celebration.
Blue Star Celebration. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yep. So we'll be hearing from multiple students that have been part of the Boys and Girls Club, and they are competing to be Youth of the Year.
Okay.
And so all of the clubs throughout the country hold these competitions where they write essays and give speeches about their story and how the Boys and Girls Club has impacted their lives. And again, the students are the best advocates, the best to really tell the story. It's always so inspiring, and just a celebration of all of their accomplishments and their potential. And so, I love the way that you just framed your last comment. It reminds me too, in addition to the day-to-day programming, as we build the club here in Aurora, we also will be able to support giving them exposure to what career paths they might be interested in.
Right.
Giving them exposure to how to apply to college. This past year was one of the first years that we actually took a bus full of students on college tours. So just many different ways that we're constantly rising to meet the need, whatever form it may be. So.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. So the time is 9:16 a.m. When we talk about the Boys and Girls Club and the mission and, the why for the organization, it's good to see that schools are receptive and so many people are receptive to the mission, and everything. And I didn't know that the Boys and Girls Club of Elgin was just the headquarters.
Right.
And there's so many different clubs, you call them, right? Clubs and organizations and locations around the state. Schaumburg, on the website, for those interested, there's a Schaumburg, a Hanover Park, and Elgin, and a South Elgin Streamwood location.
Right.
So when it comes to making the connection as the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora, how does that happen? How do you begin? What's that like?
Right. So actually this past beginning of the school year, we're always there during the orientations, kind of the open house, letting everyone know we're here. We're also, because we're in the schools, continuing to build that relationship, asking teachers and administrators to maybe identify individuals that might be a good fit or might receive a good benefit from working with us. So those are a couple different ways. If you're interested, I would say you could first reach out to your teachers, your individuals that in the school, the community. Go to our website. But yes, we want to accept everyone into the program, and there's really no barrier. If you're interested and you want to be part of the club, we'd love to have you. So
yeah. Good. There's a number of teachers and educators who watch the show. So if you see and hear information that could be of a benefit to students, man, please reach out. This is a really good way to get connected and a really good thing for young people to be doing. So getting involved, can I volunteer? Or can volunteers,
yes.
What's volunteer role look like?
Yep. So we have different special events. So we always need volunteers for those bigger events. And then there's direct volunteerism. So really the first step is coming to the club, taking a tour, and then we can have a good conversation about, what are your skills? What are your interests? And how can we match that up with the club and the needs of the club? So whether it's helping with individual activities or, the college trip I talked about, additional ways that we try and expose the kids to maybe things that they wouldn't have done before. For example, tonight we're taking over 70 students from Aurora to a Windy City Bulls game.
Really?
So,
oh boy.
Yep. So different, again, maybe they wouldn't have done that before. So just a great experience. And in addition, we work with a couple larger organizations, but one is Play Ball from the Major League Baseball.
Okay.
And so it's a curriculum that helps students with fitness and other learning activities. So just a lot of great partnerships. The Boys and Girls Club is, again, another reason that I said, yes, this is an organization I want to personally be involved in is their track record of success. There are direct ways to show the great work that they're doing, even just comparison from the achievement of Boys and Girls Clubs versus their peers. And so we can see that impact. And again, hundreds of years
right.
of continuous success is made it a no-brainer that, yes, this is definitely something to be involved in. In addition, I do want to mention, there's so many great organizations in Aurora. And so there's a lot of ways that all the existing organizations that have long histories here and are doing amazing work can partner and can, just elevate what they're doing and what the Boys and Girls Club are doing by coming together working together. One example that comes to mind is APS Academy. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's
I am, and they're in the chat, by the way. This was our first year working with Boys and Girls Club. We hope to serve many more. APS Training Academy gets to shout out Nicole, Astra, Harish, the whole team, everybody over there, you know.
That was not a setup.
It was not. It was not. No, she didn't know that was coming.
But yeah, love Harish. I mean, what an amazing guy for Aurora. And so again, perfect example of, a great way that he's building the community. And so, we want to lean on partners that already have roots here that are doing very impactful, important things, and just widen the audience and make it even bigger. So.
Absolutely. Okay, the time is 9:21 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Josh Myers is here. Good morning. Curtis and Caroline, good morning to you as well. Joe Jackson is here. Good morning. Josue Pais is here. Good morning to you. Jose Adrian Urquizo, good morning. And Janet Solis Designs. Good morning to you, Janet Solis Designs. Okay. So, 9:21. So, what does the next 5 years look like for the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora?
Yeah, exciting things, big things. So, we've been in the school system now a little under 2 years, and it's just the start. So, thanks to so many great partnerships, so many people that are incredibly dedicated, involved, advocating for our growth, we're looking to actually ultimately have a clubhouse in Aurora where we can serve not just 150 students but thousands of students, and we can have additional community space. We can have a safe space. We've identified Garfield Park area.
Okay.
We really love that area because so its neighborhoods are all around it, so families will be able to walk there. And so, that's our big goal, our big dream that we're going to make a reality in hopefully even before the next 5 years.
All right, good. That's a great area for that location. Garfield Park is a really nice park. You guys know that. We were out there just last year, I believe. There was a One Aurora soccer program that they did out there. So that was the last time we were out at Garfield Park. But what a great place for that club. So that's still TBD. Yep. We'll announce that.
So we need all of your help. So
right.
Hopefully, yes, any way that you can get involved. Again, if it's a few dollars a month, whatever you can do. If it's making an introduction to someone that would be very passionate and have the ability to do even more, we really appreciate it. The possibilities are really endless, and right now we're building it, but it can have such a huge impact on the community and the future of thousands of kids.
Absolutely. Time is 9:23. How can people find we're going to put the link to the Boys and Girls Club in the description of this video. You guys can check it out at your leisure. Is the club on social media?
We are, yes. So we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn,
okay.
So you can find us all there. And then, again, I would direct you to our website. There you'll see all of the board members that are involved, and that's another way that you could get involved is often we need a few more board members that have strong ties to the community, that have good connections to potential fundraising. So that's another way to get involved as well.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Good to know. Tracy Duran is here. Good morning. Dueto Mar y Sol is here. Good morning to you as well. Fantastic sister duo singing team. Great friends of ours. Josue Pais says, wish someone would make a park next to the library. That would be an amazing park. That space is wide open. Well, who knows? Maybe the next speaker at the Blue Star Awards, he grows up. He says, you know what? I remember when somebody put a comment that said we need to have it, and there's another Boys and Girls Club location. That could be really cool. Okay, so 9:25 is the time. When we, with the little bit of time that we have left, can we share any success stories? If we don't have to name names, that's cool. But tell us a success story with the Boys and Girls Club in your tenure.
Yep. So the first thing that first success stories that come to mind may seem kind of smaller successes, but for us, just even breaking through a little bit is so impactful. So, one example we talked about recently was a club member who kind of reluctantly joined and was a little hesitant, a little shy, a little unsure about it. And again, a big benefit that we provide is just the connection with adults that are advocates for them, that are consistent in their lives, providing that additional support. And so with that, day after day interactions, building trust, showing that they're really committed, that they really do care by just, again, being consistent. Mm-hmm. So eventually the student opened up, they started interacting more with their peers, and even got to the point where they started demonstrating characteristics of leadership within this group. So, there's the big stories and the those stories, but even just those little day-to-day stories to me are, that's why we do it. Right. Just even that little impact, and from there, we've had Youth of the Year finalists in the region, in the country, where they are just getting incredible exposure, getting job offers as they're making their speech, to a room full of adults and professionals that are supporting them, scholarships. Yep. Our Youth of the Year, one other thing I should mention, our Youth of the Year finalist or award recipient does get a scholarship to Judd University.
Okay.
So right there,
yep,
exactly. Right there's a reason to be involved.
Absolutely. That's a great story. Yep. That's great news. All right, 9:27 is the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up today. We've got a little bit of a shorter show this morning. We've got some amazing opportunities and more in the field stuff happening as well. Neighbor Project is doing a lot of things in the community as well this year. But before we go, I do want to thank Carolyn very much for her time. And the message of the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora is something that you're going to hear a lot more about on this show. We told you guys last year, but also starting into this year, that 2024 was going to be a different year of programming for Good Morning Aurora. More families, more community, more ways to get involved, and more youth empowerment and different things of that nature, health, wellness, and all the above. So we encourage you to please, when you hear the things about the Boys Club, Girls Club Elgin or Northern Illinois Food Bank, to get involved. There's a reason why you see us at the events, but also we have the people from the events on the show. Just on Wednesday, there was a great ribbon cutting for affordable housing in Aurora. And then you look at Good Morning Aurora on Friday, and you've got Amir doing the weather. Brand new generation of youth, Boys and Girls Club, and a young person doing the next generation of things for the city. So let's keep that in mind, and let's continue to think more community-oriented and look at the big picture of how we can all help everybody else. I want to thank Carolyn Barrasso one more time for her moment coming on the show, and want to say thank you very much to the Boys and Girls Club of Aurora. All of you great folks out there, have a fantastic, safe, blessed weekend, and we will see you on Monday with more news, more weather, and the very best of Aurora. Take care of yourself and each other.
Imagine what's possible when a city makes an unprecedented investment, a commitment that reshapes a city's landscape forever, that equalizes economic opportunity, elevates education for all, empowers businesses, inspires collaboration between institutions, improves public services, and enhances the lives of every resident. Now, imagine that city is ours. We know it's possible because other cities have done it. Places like Longmont, Colorado, a community that leveraged its investment in municipal electricity and upgraded its substations to create a 17-mile fiber loop, delivering critical connectivity to the city's institutions, organizations, and small businesses, achieving an incredibly high adoption rate. And in Pharr, Texas, a border town of 80,000, voted the least connected city in America, invested in 700 miles of fiber, delivering broadband managed services that are enriching residents' lives. Cities, towns, and regions are stepping up all over America. There is no question that Aurora can and deserves to be America's next great smart city. But it's up to us. We have a responsibility we can't ignore to see everyone living in our city, regardless of economic status, having broadband services that are simple, efficient, safe, and powerful. Imagine children having safe internet access anywhere, never needing to connect outside of a fast food restaurant. Imagine every building in every neighborhood and retail outlet, new and old, modernized, intuitive, secure. Imagine exciting subscribers with the ultimate broadband experience and giving parents control over all of it. Imagine deploying cyberbullying protection that notifies parents throughout Aurora that their kids are being bullied and providing resources to protect them. Imagine a city with first responders seamlessly connected and with safer public spaces. Can you see this smart city? Can you see our future? We do. Aurora is ready for world-class connection that serves our residents, that helps businesses grow and unifies our community. Let's take this opportunity to give all of our residents, businesses, and community organizations the advantages that come with unrivaled broadband infrastructure and services. Let's come together and deliver a world where digital equity creates a city that is smarter, safer, and sustainable for generations to come.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.